What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my studio. It's Manny from Lost in a Memory, and today I have a very special guest with me who's gonna join me on this Logic Pro X video. I was about to say, I guess it's a tutorial of sorts, but it's mainly a breakdown of this song. It's called Favorite Song by Scorpio Szn. Let me introduce my very good friend Armando Orona, coming at live all the way from Florida. Dude, what's up, man?
Live.
Almost live.
Almost live, yeah, pre-recorded but live. Everything's good, man. Everything's good here. We're recording this really late for me. It's like almost 2 a.m. and I have class tomorrow, but hey, I'm glad to be here.
Dude, well, thank you for being here, man. It's gonna be worth it. We're gonna spill all the secret sauce of all your producer sauce, dude. That's what she said. Dude, so you are the producer on this song. Tell us a little bit more about two things, right? Like, what song is this? Right before we get started, what song is this, and who is Scorpio Szn?
Yeah, so this song, this production that you're seeing, this one's mine. This is called Favorite Song. It's a song that I worked on like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, that Zandi Ashley wrote and I produced for. It's like your regular pop song, but it's really poppy and fun. That's what I was going for. And Scorpio Szn is a indie pop duo that I have with my best friend Zandi Ashley, who's actually been doing covers with you, so that's dope.
Yeah. So Sandy and I have been jamming out over here in Albuquerque. Right now, I'm playing the song, favorite song, in the background. Just a little quick sneak peek, you guys. Here's what this song sounds like, and here's what the music video is sounding like. So I'm actually editing it. So here's kind of like a short clip, so you guys can get an idea of what the song sounds like before we actually dive into it. Check it out. Let me skip to the chorus here. All right, so that was a rough edit of the video. I'm still working on this, but so my friends here, Scorpio Szn and I, we collab, we help each other, with projects here and there. So I'm very excited because the song is favorite song, and dead ass, dude, this is my favorite song that you guys have released so far. So I'm really happy to take a look right here, and hopefully, if we have any beginners or intermediates or anybody who wants to learn a thing or two from a great producer, that's my friend right here, Armando. We'll learn a thing or two. I think I'm gonna learn some things here and there from this session. So let's get right into it. So I like how, first of all, it's very neat. Everything's color coded. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. I love to stay organized.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, except like the fact that one of those clips is a different color is like really throwing me off, but I had to bounce it in place for you.
Yeah, so you use third-party plugins that I don't have, so you did have to bounce in place. Also, a disclaimer: whenever you're listening to this is not the final mix or master, so the final one actually sounds so much better because it was still mastered after this. This is mostly to look at the production and the instruments and I guess the rough mix that you made. But
yeah, exactly, because I usually my workflow is the producer side rather than the mix, because I know you do mix and master. I know that's your workflow. Like I don't do that workflow, and I'll get more into that later. But yeah, this is not the final mix of the song. The final mix is already out, the master and everything. By the way, shout out to Corey Phillips, who mixed and mastered the song for us. So
and it sounds amazing. It sounds like it needs to be on the radio. But all right, so without further ado, let's take a look at some of the instruments right here. So I'll turn up the volume once again right here. So the intro, we got some nice beat. This beat reminds me of like a Michael Jackson kind of beat, and this sick guitar.
I think you told me that when I first showed it to you, and I literally forgot. Like a lot after you told me, someone told me it sounded like Billie Jean.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do a cool mashup.
Right.
The song is in D minor, right? But it's based around B flat major 7th, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
So check this out. So first, we got the beat right here. We got some nice like lo-fi effects in the intro. How'd you do that, by the way?
The lo-fi. Dude, it's the kit. Like I use Ultrabeat. I actually for this one I used a lot of stock plugins that come with Logic. Because this actually was a homework assignment for me because I go to this cool school called Full Sail University down here in Florida, and this was a school project, so we had to use stock plugins. So I started to be with just stock plugins, and I didn't change them because I really like them. I think if you go back, I think it was the R&B lo-fi.
It's a disco, indie disco.
One of them, I think it's the snare. Check out the snare. Or maybe I'm crazy.
R&B lo-fi kit. Yeah. So if you're watching this, well, you added third-party plugins after you turned it in, but this song, it sounds so professional. So you can get basically, yeah, you can get professional sounds for a professional sounding song without needing third-party plugins. So that's what's really cool about Logic Pro X. So it's amazing. So if you see right here, my friend Armando here routed all his drums to bus number 1, which is just channel EQ. There's nothing here, bro, in the in the bus number 1. I guess it was more for organization. Is that right?
I did it for the intro because again, this is not my final mix. This is not my final mix. So I go into my production zone. I'm not gonna mix this. So it's a different way to go into it. But if you start up at the beginning, open up the EQ on the bus.
On the bus itself?
Yeah,
oh.
bus. Yeah.
Oh, it's automated.
Yeah, I did the automation because I did a rough mix for the engineer that mixed it, just so he can get a reference for what I was going for.
Oh,
it's just an automation because that way to lower the kick and everything.
Yeah.
So the guitar can shine through, and then boom, you're blasted with everything.
That's a really effective way to do an intro for all the beginners out there. Then we got this really funky bass track over here. What plugins did you use for bass? Because I don't have these available on my system. What you use?
I use a lot of, for that one I use Waves. There's this new one that's called Waves Kaleidoscope. It's so good. It's really good for sound design. So I actually got that one because I wanted to make the bass sound a bit like synthy and very poppy. Because before I was using just stock amps. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but once I actually got my bass stem, then I was able to shape it more, and that's actually what I sent to Corey, the audio engineer who mixed this. So
it's sounding good. It's sounding good. We'll get back to the bass in a little bit. So right here in the verse, so this is where a lot of instruments come in. Well, I mean, a lot of really cool synthesizers. We got these classic synth brass and analog waves. These are also stock plugins that come with Logic. I think these are very effective in giving the song that like 80s vibe. This classic synth brass, it gives me like Stranger Things vibes. Really cool the way it was mixed, because these are not up front, but they add a lot of texture. This song is mostly driven by these nice acoustic guitars, panned left and right. Nice doubled. I do the same thing. And yep, I would have done the exact same thing with these acoustics. Cut out the low end, boost the mids. So that's really cool. Great minds think alike.
Oh yeah, for something like this, you need to cut a lot of like low end from, instruments in general, because I feel this song is very driven by the bass and the kick. So you want all that low end to pop, especially the bass, because the bass is very boppy in this song, which is what I was going for. That's why it's not even in the intro or like intro and the verse. Actually not the intro, but once the verse comes in, there's not a lot of things surrounding the vocal.
Speaking of vocals, let's kind of listen to Sandy's vocals right here. So if we loop the verse, here's Sandy's vocals. So here's her EQ, again cutting a lot of the lows, giving her a little boost right here, cutting out the mids, boosting the highs. And you're sending these to a bus track with reverb, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I send all
Chroma
my
verb.
reverbs. Yeah, I send all my reverbs to buses. I actually used that strange one, that strange room on there.
I like that one.
Actually, that was the first time that I used it for something like this, and I actually really digged it. Just a quick note, because like I've seen your videos. I love your breakdown videos, by the way. So good job on that.
Thank you.
But as you can see from my session that you got from here, like you see the whole vocal stems, or like any audio stems, you usually see the whole thing instead of the
Sections,
comp.
like regions.
Yeah, instead of the comp.
Oh.
And but it's because I have a different workflow. Like I usually produce in Logic, make everything in MIDI and all that, but anything audio I use Pro Tools, because I'm more used to the editing side on there, and I'm quicker and more efficient on that than in Logic when it comes to audio. So yeah, but that's why you just see the whole like clean stem, because I just transport it back to Logic and finish the production there.
Which is really cool, because it just goes to show like there is no right or wrong way to do your productions. As long as that's what I said in one of my previous breakdowns, as long as it sounds good, as long as you find your workflow that you're comfortable with. Like my workflow now is not the same as it was literally even a year ago, which is crazy. So for all you beginners, yeah, hang in there. Just a lot of trial and error. So bummer that we can't see the takes, you know, like I wanted to see like if Zandi is really as flawless as I've seen her to be. No, she's an amazing vocalist. I actually just did a breakdown of right before calling you. I did a breakdown of mine and her cover of Forget Me Too, and yeah, there wasn't a lot of vocal takes. She can really nail those melodies and harmonies. Check out this chorus right here, you guys. So we got the main vocal here, right in the center. Then we got these doubles. Pan left and right to give it a lot more body. Then we got these harmonies. They come in and out, so the whole thing is not harmonized, which is very tasteful. I think when you play all the vocals together.
Yeah, that was actually really hard to come up with, like to which direction to take it. But actually, Sandy's really good at harmonizing an ad lib, so there, that was all on her. So she did an awesome job with that.
Hey, and you're here too. I didn't know your vocals were in the song. Very extremely low.
Yeah, because okay, so basically how I did because I harmonized everything, right? So she came up with like the way that she was gonna sing it, but then I put into practice of like, okay, well, what note am I gonna hit here? Because I believe in this part we're in B major 7, and she's usually doing the 1 and the 5 of it, and I think I'm doing the 3. I believe it's been a while, but yeah, like I'm usually the one that's actually doing the harmony on that.
Oh yeah.
But it's
so
really
we just play
in the
these vocals.
Check it. Yeah.
Ah. So let me turn these up so you guys can hear them
We'll
too.
see how it goes. You like me and it shows. Turn on your phone, show me your favorite song. Oh, don't take off your clothes.
And now we combine all these.
Dive into your thoughts.
So that is the chorus. I do believe in the final chorus, if I remember correctly, an extra harmony comes in, or ad libs, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah,
let's play that back. This one.
Dive to your thoughts. Oh no. We'll see how it goes. You like me and it shows. Turn on your phone, show me your favorite song. Oh, don't.
So, 8 vocals singing at the same time, and that's really cool. So It's a really good way to add, I guess, like a wall of sound kind of voice, kind of sound to your vocals. So we got these 3 vocals, this one in the center, these 2 are singing the same thing, pan left and right, 2 harmonies right here, these ad-libs over here, and Armando's harmonies right here. So yeah, that's a really, really good way to produce a pop vocal. How'd you treat these vocals? So just channel EQ and compressor, and then of course you're bussing out to delays and reverbs. Is that right?
Yeah. I usually use I use Avox a lot. You don't have it. That's why it's like.
What's Avox?
So it's a saturator.
Oh.
So I use Avox Warm. I believe that's what it's called. It's a saturator. It just warms up the voice a lot. It doesn't distort it a lot, which I love. When I usually need more warmth, I turn the knob on the compressor a bit on the distortion side. I distort it a bit.
On the compressor on this?
Yeah, on the soft. I put like a soft distortion.
Oh, okay, and that saturates it.
Yeah, that gives it a bit more strength.
Cool.
One thing that you could check out, go on the kick about saturation. So I did this before. I actually bought a plugin that does what I wanted to do, but there's a tape delay on there. Check it. So I got that setting to saturate it using a tape delay because I wanted a tape saturation, but there's no tape saturation
in Logic.
In Logic, but there's a ways around it. So that's the way around it that I did it.
That's really cool, dude. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. This threw me off a little bit. The names of these regions. Can you read that? Oh my god, analog waves. All right, so we went over drums, vocals. We kind of went over the bass a little bit, and I want to come back to the bass, but I want to look at the guitars. So since you're in Florida, Scorpio Szn actually had a live show. A couple of live shows while you were over there, so I played guitar on those. So obviously I had to learn all your guitar lines or guitar riffs or whatever, and this is one of my favorite, no pun intended.
Really?
Yeah, like this is sick. So this like dirty guitar. So that's bounced in place. Can you tell the viewers and myself, how'd you get that guitar tone? What plugin did you use?
Hide it. It's actually all stock. So you can actually, if you hide the track, it's right there, actually.
Unhide it?
Yeah. Show them.
This one right here? Okay,
Yeah,
so there you go.
there.
This is the settings right here. So you're running it through a channel EQ to cut down those the low end, right? And then boosting a little bit of the mids. You're running it through a flange. Dude, even this pedal looks like
right, the vibe, right?
The vibe. It even fits the vibe of the song.
Dude, yeah.
Right down to the pedals, the amp.
Yeah. Exactly. I use a preamp. I usually just use a clean preamp to.
Whoa, you're running this through. Oh, that's the preamp, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, you're running it. Okay, so so here's the chain. So for those beginners, the chain. Is that what is that what you call this right here?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Your plug-in chain or whatever. Yeah, so it goes from top to bottom, right? So your guitar, let me see if I can just pull up, and this is going to be pretty interesting. Just the dry guitar tone. So this is what your guitar outputs.
Yeah. Sounds way different.
So then let's turn on that compressor. Pedal board. Amp. Preamp. Amp. The channel EQ. So that's how you get a sick guitar tone, and it's all stock plugins. So yeah, there's another electric guitar over here.
And remember that riff? Because I've been so on. I was since I recorded it. I was like, man, like I don't like it.
I don't understand why you don't. It's sick. It's
because because I don't like it because it's the same. Because I'm just using a pentatonic scale. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a pentatonic scale, but you can literally go from like it's literally the D minor pentatonic scale from the da 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 da. That's literally the pentatonic scale.
that's fine. Like sometimes less is more. So
You know.
yeah, so it's good, bro. It's already out, so you got no choice but.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good feedback from the riff, and I'm like, oh dang, you like that? I was like, okay, cool. I guess it is what it is. So like,
Yeah, sometimes we as musicians, as producers, we overthink it because we see it in the ISO. Like you think like another producer is gonna be like, oh come on, that's so basic. Like what's wrong with basic? You know, like this, like even the little beat right here, like it's pretty basic. You know, as a drummer, like I think this is like
oh yeah,
a
easy.
really
Okay.
basic beat. But what makes it is like,
You want to know what my last minute change on the beat was?
what you do?
Check the verse. It's actually in the verses and the intro. Check on the kick, like so there's like a little syncopation on the verse.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
It literally just that in just that one. You can see that.
That
Yeah.
even like little changes like that, believe me, when I'm producing my music, like sometimes I add a little thing here or there. Yeah, it adds a lot. Sometimes less is more, ladies and gentlemen. We got these what's up?
And then just one more thing about the kick. Just because the whole beat, honestly, the whole beat is very poppy. It's just literally just a backbeat, right? Because I want a variation on it. So if you go on the second pre-chorus, I actually took the kick off at the beginning of the chorus.
Yeah, so this is very effective right here. It gives it a little time to breathe.
Yeah, because the song is literally just telling you, oh, let's keep going forward. Boom, dum, boom, dum. It's just going forward. So I needed to take a break from it.
And all you did was take off the kick.
Yeah, but basically how I structure that is because the bass is very boppy, right? So once the verse comes in, the second verse comes in, I decided just to go root notes on the bass, just to give it a break from the boppiness, right? Even the kick is kind of just like still going, right? And you expect the everything to come back right at the chorus, but it doesn't. It's just like a little thing to throw you off.
Yeah. And then the chorus comes in, and that's when second half of the pre-chorus, huh?
Yeah.
No, yeah,
like right away, just like that little break, just like it just gives you your like a little time to breathe, basically.
The bass. Tell us about how did you come up with that, or who recorded the bass? Because I know you had a guest musician as the bass player, right?
Yeah. So I had Matthew Jaeger to record bass for me. He's an amazing bass player. He's worked with us before. He recorded a video with us at On the Moon Studios that you actually filmed for a cover for I think it was High on Humans. He's an amazing bass player down in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So yeah, I got him to play the bass line because I had a similar bass line to what we ended up recording, but I just wanted an actual bass player because it's different once you have an actual bass player, you know.
Yeah, look at this right here. Listen to this. And the kid is crazy. Like when he plays bass, he like freaking jams out. Like he's like his life depends on it.
Yeah,
and
dude,
it translates to his performance.
Exactly. And you know what's amazing of just like seeing him play, or even like seeing him play with other people, other bands, like they literally give him like 8 to 16 bars just for him to solo. It's like, whoa, a bass player singing a solo. Like, okay. And he kills it every time.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted in this song too, right? Because and you can hear it there on the chorus that he goes with that. I actually did an edit on bass once I had it in Pro Tools. Like I edited one part on the bass, and I was just
on the pre-chorus.
No, it was the groove. It was the groove because it was going a different direction. But I got the part from the pre-chorus, and then just spliced it together, just that one part. But
see, that's production magic right there. So even when you which is cool because like you didn't have to go back and have him re-record that part the way you wanted it. You Frankenstein the crap out of it, and
it was just one part. Honestly, it was just one part that I changed because his original groove was I think I forgot what it was, but it went like bum bum ba-dum. Like he went up instead of going down, you know.
Oh, okay.
Just that little note like clashed with the vocal in the chorus, so I was like, I had to take it out. And of course I was gonna be like, hey, come back just to record that. So I had a bunch of takes that we did, and I just scrapped the one that fit the most. And luckily it was actually in that one take that we did for this part, and it was just on the pre-chorus that I got it from. I was like, boom, put it back on the intro and the choruses.
That's pretty genius. That's really cool. What is this electric piano? Oh, it's a guiding pitch.
Oh yeah, 'cause I got that from you. Remember?
Wait, what? You got that from me?
Yeah, you gave me that idea once.
Yeah, so this is something I do, and thank you. I'm glad it helped you out. So
Yeah.
did you do it for the harmony or what?
Yeah, I did it for the harmony.
So let's play that. Oh, I think it's a little offset.
No, I did
Oh,
it for
yeah.
my harmony.
Oh,
Yeah, it was my harmony.
okay. So this is a really cool technique I came up with. I mean, I'm not the first person, obviously, but like, like I didn't come up with it, but
You invented it.
I invented it. Nobody did it
Trademark.
before me. Nope.
Trademark.
So yeah, because I'm not good at harmonies either. So I also I play the harmonies on the piano, and then that helps me, because sometimes when I want to sing a harmony, I end up like either singing, like if I want to do by a third, I end up singing fourths or fifths, or
Yeah.
just completely out of key. Or sometimes I end up wanting to do like the same melody over and over, like over, which is not a harmony. So yeah, same thing. I record whatever parts I can't harmonize naturally. I record them on a piano, so like you did.
Yeah.
And then I play that back while I'm recording, and that helps me stay in pitch. So that's really cool. I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah, actually that helped a lot, because like I'm good at coming up with harmonies, because
Yeah.
I just have experience with like horns and arranging woodwinds and stuff like that, but singing it is different.
Yes, no, 100%. Yeah. So
Theory is one thing, singing is different.
I wish it. Yeah, like sometimes there's like these harmonies that are in my head, like but like I can't get them out unless I do the guiding pitch, which is fine, you know, like
Yeah.
whatever, you got to do what you got to do. Let me look at some of these synthesizers and pianos right here. So we go to, let's say, verse number, actually the chorus right here. We solo these out. So these are the textures of the song, basically.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
You should add the ones that I bounced into place for you. Those are the ones that I added too.
even the guitar,
Oh yeah, the guitar. Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
two strums. Ding, ding, ding,
Ding, ding, yeah.
ding, ding. Which takes a lot of restraint, dude. Like, yeah.
Oh, from just going ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Dude.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I think I didn't do a lot of takes from that, but I just remember like when I was like trying to do something with the guitar, with the electric guitar to sound more texture, like I was trying to like just do like a regular rhythm guitar, because I'm a rhythm guitarist, and you know that. Like
Yeah.
I'm a rhythm guitarist, and I just wanted to do my usual stuff, but I was like, nah, just ding is gonna do it.
Are these part of it? These pop pianos, the Yamaha?
Yeah. So that's the text. That's what I started with, just the block chords of that.
There's the skeleton.
Yeah, the skeleton, and I based it off that. One thing, you don't have the plugin, that's why it doesn't show, but on the actual recording, I actually put a tape saturator on there to give the piano more texture. That way it's just not like
Just a regular piano.
Yeah, because everything
Oh, yeah.
else has texture.
Oh, okay.
And actually, the pad and the pad that I think and what I base it off that drives it is the Cosmic Ascent.
Here's a saturator, bro. Like a soft tube.
Yeah.
Oh, but this one, yeah, this makes it sound nice. It kind of distorts it.
Yeah.
What you say right before that though? Sorry about that.
I said that the pad that drives the song, or like gives you right away what this song is,
Like the signature sound.
Yeah, is the Cosmic Ascent. And by the way, all this is stock. Like all most of these are just stock.
This one right here, Cosmic Ascent.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here in the intro. So the intro goes. Let me turn it up. This one right here. me turn it up. The cool thing about Logic is that, well, obviously, like you can find over here on the left, if you're looking for cool synth sounds like this or any kind of sound, you just open up your library right here and you I'm gonna move your face over here a little bit. You just type in, you know, kind of what you're looking for, or you kind of zero in, you know, synthesizer, classics, 80s wave synth, luminous times, whatever. They have really creative names, but a lot of people don't know that if you actually pull up your actual like plugins themselves. So for example, we got this, what is this called? The ES2, right? Plugin. There's so many, what do you call it? Like synths, samples, so many presets within these plugins. So let me duplicate this track, the Cosmic Ascent track. You can even find, let's say, if you just pull up just a sampler, let's see, multi-sample stereo. Okay, so it looks pretty bare bones, right? But even here, like factory, like we got like a ton of crazy synthesizers that a lot of people don't know about. So you actually don't need to go out and spend. I mean, if you want to, you can spend money on synthesizers like Serum or things like that. But Contact, yeah, they're really good ones. But honestly, like there's so many. There was this one. What do you call it? The one that Alchemy. Alchemy. Have you used this, man?
Alchemy, yeah.
Alchemy is insane. It's a whole.
I don't think I used Alchemy for this, but I used it for Favorite Rose when I did that one. Yeah,
so this is a huge, enormous library of just an unbelievable amount of synths, and even like once you find like they're all sorted out on genres, timbre.
You know what? Once now that you're talking about synths, I think not. I hope a lot of people know about this synth, but the drum synth.
Yeah. Oh, you used it above.
Yeah. I love using the drum synth for snares or like a sub. You can see that I have a sub on the kick, like the heavy kick. That's my sub.
What do you mean?
You see it? A layer. I doubled it.
Oh yeah, right here, the heavy kick. Okay, yeah, and then that's you're getting this from drum synth. Okay, yeah. Yes. So if we solo this. Yeah, so you're layering 2 kicks. Yeah, so layering is a huge part of production. Sometimes you got to do that because I mean, if you think about it, you know, like the drummer just has one kick drum, but we're talking about producing, you know, you can use the same, literally just copy. Yeah, you drag this right here, you paste it onto this track right here, and it's the heavy kick. Yeah, so it adds a lot of texture too.
Yeah, but the good thing about what I really like about the drum synth is like technically you can come up with any kind of settings that you have there, and it's gonna be different from other people.
Mm-hmm.
So technically you have your own drum sounds if you look at it that way, you know.
Yeah, you start off, you know, like, because that's what drum synth is. It's just a very basic, you know, kick.
You can shape it.
You shape the pitch, the shape, all this other stuff, but then, you know, you add plugins to that, and you can get your own unique sound, layer it, send it to reverbs. The sky's the limit with what sounds. What is this little thing right here? Arc. Oh, it's a cymbal swell.
Yeah, cymbal swell.
Yeah.
That was the only sample that I got, and I think I got that from Apple Loops, so I got it from just like there.
Yeah. So loops right here. It's cymbal swell. Yeah, I think I've used this one too.
Arcade. There you go. Arcade cymbal swell. Boom.
Yeah, Apple Loops. You just grab this bad boy, you just drag it in, and boom, there's your cymbal swell.
Exactly.
So yeah, Apple Loops. Yeah, you don't need to go buying loops. I mean, you can subscribe to Splice, things like that. But Apple Loops, there's so many, just it's unbelievable. And then you can download more from somewhere over here from download. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What did we miss, man? So we went over drums, claps. The only clap you want to have.
The syncopation on the dun dun.
Where is that on pre-chorus, right?
Yeah, you can see here on the pre-chorus.
Right here, I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
for the music video, Zandi, we had to re-record it. She's like, oh man, I missed a little. She wanted to do the clap on the music video, like that little syncopated clap. And on the final take, hopefully she's not watching, but she still missed it. But it just looks so good. I kept it, and I'm like, all right, on the music video.
Cool. Like, it looks cool. I noticed she missed it. But
yeah, but it's okay. Well, yeah, because like, it's quirky. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so, exactly.
By the way, when is this fucking music video coming out? Because like I'm pretty much done editing it, man.
December 11th.
December 11th. Scorpio Season's favorite song.
Not this Friday. Next Friday. I think it's the 11th. I'm completely.
What would you do if I lost all the files, dude?
At least I have the other one.
Oh yeah, so the rough take.
At least we have a safe,
yeah,
safe place. Oh yeah, but I guess the only thing, I mean, if any music theory people out there like care, like you actually started it with like the song is in D minor, right? Technically, the whole song is in what is it? B Lydian. I think I was telling you.
Oh yeah, music theory 101. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is not music theory 101. This is advanced music theory, Lydian mode. So a lot of people know, your major scale, your minor scale, and then there's modes. So this is in B Lydian.
Yes. B flat. Sorry, B flat. Because it's I'm in D minor.
You're using the notes from D minor, but your chord progressions revolve around B flat major 7, right?
Yeah, because the song, I mean, you still land home every time in the song, because it's the chord progression is B major 7 to A minor to D, but the song revolves around B flat, and the major 7 just gives it that more of a happy tone, but it's not supposed to be happy because the song is in D minor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, so it's kind of like that, I guess, contrast between.
Yeah, and all these and just to add more to that, like if you go to any pads, anything that's going on here, like I'm not doubling any chords or anything. I'm just adding more textures to it using those notes. I use a lot of, I think on one of the tracks, I believe I used just power chords just to drive more of that homeness and more of that key,
like the tonic.
Yeah, especially in the B flat, once we go into B flat, A, and then D. But,
okay.
Yeah, it's just adding layers, like harmonizing with what I had. I think that's why I had a lot of fun producing this. Just because it was a lot of layering, a lot of thinking more, I guess more with the mindset of like music theory. But then again, it was because this was a homework assignment.
Which is really cool that you turned your homework assignment into pretty much. Do you think this is your biggest song so far that you guys released? Because it's getting a lot of traction so far. And it was barely released on Friday. Today's Monday.
Yeah. And it's been getting good reception. I think this is the one that has more legs in the long run, I feel it's my favorite one that I've produced so far, and it's the one that I can still listen to. Because remember what you and I talk about that, like
we get sick of our songs after we produce. Yeah, because we have to listen to them thousands and thousands of times. Exactly. Arranging them, composing them, recording them, mixing, mastering, or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly, and then going back to what I said earlier at the beginning of this, that I don't mix my own stuff, and I go into the mentality of producing that I'm not gonna be the one that mixes it, because I tend to get too drawn in everything that's going on because I know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So like for example, like in the mix that I would have done if I would have mixed it next to this, I would have brought up the claps a bit more just because I'm not really fond of the claps, but then that's gonna interfere with the snare. So like I
it's all about finding that balance, learning to let go of things. Yeah. Exactly. So not everything has to be turned to 11. Everything has its own place.
Exactly. But that's just how I go into my productions. Luckily I'm like I have really good mix engineers and mastering engineers that I work with. So I trust them with my music. and obviously they know what kind of type of sound I want to get, you know.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that by the way, that dreamy bell.
I love it. Yeah, I was listening to it earlier.
That. I love that thing. Again, stock. But it's just how if you go to the EQ, like I took all the low end.
Yeah.
I took all the low end and just boosted a bit of the high mids.
Did this preset already come with these plugins right here, like the spreader, phaser, stereo delay? Let's see what it sounds like dry. Yeah, so that's what it sounds like dry. These little guys. It adds so much. Yeah, so it's crazy.
I think the only thing I adjusted was a delay a tad bit.
And if you're like, I mean, if you were feeling crazy, you could mess with all of these freaking parameters, and I don't even want to get started with these, with the attack, the sustain, the decay, all this.
But how I used that, and again, to my music theory nerds out there, how I used the dreamy patch is to play along with Sandy's vocals. You solo Sandy's vocals
and the dreamy bells.
Yeah, especially at the verse, at the first verse.
First verse.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
The Vox one.
Okay, verse 1. Here we go.
Say you wanna be mine. First off, I ain't got the time. I'm hustling on my own grind. If you think you deserve this, and damn, you got the courage, it's hard to get me to change my mind.
They play so well together, and they don't get in each other's way. You know, like Sandy's got more of that full, I guess, full like mid frequencies, mid to high, and then that dreamy bell is like above that. It's got those high, it's got that clarity, so they don't clash with each other. If you had left all this low end and mids, then it probably would have. So one thing I said in one of my previous videos about mixing is I see mixing as kind of like a puzzle. Different frequencies belong to different instruments, and yeah, you just gotta mix and match like a puzzle.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite things of this song, that dreamy bells.
I might steal that.
Because it just plays along the vocal really well. It's basically just creating counter melody on it, and it's following her in some parts, especially at the chorus, but it strays away from it later on. So yeah, I had so much fun with that. So yeah, that's I guess that's pretty much it.
Yeah, any automation? Oh, you probably did this in Pro Tools, right? Or any automation? I don't see it. Hardly any automation other than this. What is this? Low cut or?
Yeah, that was on the
bass. Oh yeah, okay. During that part where it kind of breaks. But that's about it. What's up with automation, bro?
What do you mean? What's up with automation?
Do you use it, or did you use it on here?
When I mix stuff for other people, yeah. So again, I went to this without doing a lot of that work. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because like I feel that's kind of confusing. Because like
okay, so to me, I still can't get over the names of these regions right here.
I should have probably joined them that way.
Oh boy, nice. It says analog.
There you go. A lot better.
I'm just gonna leave it like this. It looks hilarious. Okay. So what I understood from your automation is that you didn't automate anything on this arrangement or whatever, and then when you sent it in for mastering, that's where they did that. Did I understand that right? Mixing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I usually, if anything, I do my automation just for an idea of like, hey, I want this kind of effect on this part, right? When I send it out to the mix engineer.
Yeah.
And then they just, they know what to do with it, and then they just do their own part. But I didn't do anything on there. I had most of my automation in Pro Tools. When I edit vocals, I do that a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where I automate my game.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Is there anything else that we missed before we? Because we went over everything pretty much. Just to recap right here, we went over Armando's production on drums right here. We went over what's his name, Matthew. Matthew's bass.
Yeah.
Matthew's groovy bass lines. Your acoustic guitars that run throughout the whole song. These electric guitars that are very conservative. Overall, that's a lot of freaking synthesizers, which they all work really well. A ton of vocals, 8 vocals right here, singing at the same time at one point. Is there anything else you want to say about this song, man? About the production? Anything else?
Not really. Just the song is already out, guys. Go listen to it. Go listen to the actual mix and master that's out on everywhere. And hey, if you want to do a TikTok dance, more than welcome to.
Yeah, I think this song, it would be the perfect song for a TikTok dance. If you guys are TikTokers out there, you can actually go and look it up. That's a favorite song by Scorpio Szn. But all right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this breakdown. It was more like a podcast style conversation, just to pick Armando's brain right here into the production of Scorpio Szn, Scorpio Szn's favorite song. If you guys are interested in any of our other songs, whether my music as Lost in a Memory or Armando's music as Scorpio Szn, if you want us to break down any more of those, I think we would be more than happy to do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is always fun.
Yeah, I'm always down to like share my production,
secrets.
Like exactly. It's like, I mean, it just goes to show you that you can do a lot of this stuff on just using the software,
Yeah, it can be daunting at first looking at all these tracks. That's why if you see me throughout the video, I'm like scrolling here left and right, because once you get the hang of it, you can. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's easy to do, a little bit tough to master, but for you beginners out there, we got your back. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section down below, and yeah, we'll go ahead and answer those. Any last minute words before we sign off?
No, just like,
stream the song.
Subscribe to stream the song and like and subscribe to your.
Yeah, and then December, what is it, 11th?
Oh yeah, December 11th.
December 11th. Even now, go subscribe to Scorpio Szn's YouTube channel. I'll leave the link on the description down below, and subscribe right now, because this music video, it was so much fun filming it.
Dude, you did an amazing job, dude. Like dang. Like
all I did was hold the camera. Sandy did all the kinds of crazy stuff.
No, but I think I told Sandy too that like when you guys I remember she called me and she's like, I have this idea, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. And then you called me too. You're like, bro, we're gonna do this thing. I was like,
without your consent.
Yeah, I was like, what? You guys are just gonna do a music video like that? I was like, okay, sure. But I was doubting the concept. I was really doubtful. But you guys really killed it. So you guys did an amazing job.
Oh, thank you, man. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this video with you guys. And well, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you made it this far, like I said, leave us any questions, hit like, hit subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. And thank you so much. Once again, I am Manny from Lost in a Memory. And you are?
I'm Armando from Scorpio Szn.
And we bid you farewell until next time. Peace out.